Okay, good morning, everyone. We'll continue our book reading this morning, The Toyota Way to Service Excellence by Jeffrey K. Leica and Karen Ross. Still looking at lean transformation in service organization. Yesterday, we looked at key points in developing lean process. Today, we're going to start from chapter 5, which said macro process principle. Create a cadence of high value flowing to customers. Create a cadence of high value flowing to customers. And I'm going to read a quote from Dr. W. Edwards Deming, quality guru. He said, the supposition is prevalent the world over that the world that they were sorry, I'll take that again. The supposition is prevalent the world over that there would be no problem in production or services if only our production workers would do their jobs in the way that they were taught. Pleasant dreams. The workers are handicapped by the system, and the system belongs to the management. Okay, so in chapter 5 today, like I said, macro process principle. So create a cadence of high value flowing to customers. And today said, what is the value of lean process principle? What is the value of lean process principle? Said principles are not solution. Principles can help us think about what we want to accomplish. They do not solve problems. Mechanistic thinking seeks best practice to imitate. We see an excellent organization do it. We start to do it, and we are convinced we will achieve the same outcome as the benchmark organization. As Dr. Deming warns, pleasant dreams. We know little about what the benchmark organization went through to achieve the results, and it was almost certainly more than copying someone else's solution. System thinking strives for a new level of performance by learning our way beyond our current knowledge threshold. We cannot be sure how to achieve our goals, so we must learn scientifically how to do so. In the scientific process of PDCA, that is plan, do, and act, the principle primarily help us in defining our future state, developing intermediate target conditions, and thinking through possible countermeasures to test in the do stage. After that, we should leave it to experimentation, deep thought, and the learning that comes from the experiment. We repeatedly see organizations with a mechanistic orientation adapt Lean or Six Sigma or some combination as a program. They copy the most obvious features of Toyota. Toyota has a TPC house, so they develop their own company name, operating system, and it often looks like a house. Usually, it includes a flow pillar, a built-in quality pillar, and a foundation of stable process at the management. We have adapted the TPC house for service, and as an image, it is seen to be useful. It is seen to be a useful starting point. The basic concept of one-piece flow to customer, built-in quality, continuous improvement, and stable repeatable processes are powerful indeed for both manufacturing and services, and form the basis of the process principle in this chapter and chapter 6. Positive images are a starting point, and as such can be powerful, but we know that culture runs much deeper than visible artifacts. It makes no difference what the picture shows. What matters is what people do and how they think on a day-to-day basis. Mechanistic organizations do something with those pictures that Toyota actively avoid. They turn them into corporate standards to be implemented and enforced through audits. The elements of the house are broken down into a list of things that thou shalt do or else. I consulted a massive Russian company that sought out help to learn TPS directly from Toyota. The CEO used political connections and Toyota sent its top TPS expert as a consultant for 1 year. The company president took the advice of the Toyota experts very seriously, treating him as his most trusted advisor and doing virtually anything he asked. I had a long meeting with the vice president of continuous improvement, who was perplexed by the TPC expert. He explained that the Toyota guy wanted the company to dismantle almost everything that had already been set up in the name of Lean. The company had installed an elaborate auditing system to ensure all plant managers implement all the Lean tools, or it would hurt their annual bonus. The Toyota sensei looked at the auditing system and said, "Please stop doing this. Plant managers will obey, but they will not understand." The sensei was also not pleased with a macro value system map that shows the entire process from getting raw materials from the ground to delivering the finished product to the customer. The sensei bemoaned, problems. Where will you start?" He seemed to dismiss the macro map. The company executive had begun to bring Lean to the office and wanted to spread it enterprise-wide, but the sensei discouraged them from enterprise-wide transformation and instead focused on one value stream of one factory. The VP and I had a long talk and I explained my best guess about the reasoning of the Toyota sensei. Simply implementing tools is not the same as having a living system that continually improves. I also explained that the purpose of the model area in the one plant was to teach everyone, including him, what real TPS is. As it was, there was not a single example anywhere in the company of a real Lean as a living system, until the people at the company experienced it firsthand. They would not understand. The VP was very grateful for my explanation, which was much more detailed than anything the Toyota sensei had given. And then the VP confided in me that the company had secretly kept the audit system for grading plant managers. As we go through our distillation of Lean process principle, please do not think of them as a checklist of anything to do. Think of them as a guideline or as a positive vision to strive for. We have intentionally kept them very general so they apply to any type of work process. The important thing is that each step of the transformation process should be purpose-driven, not tool-driven. Okay, so this is where we'll stop for our reading this morning. Still talking about philosophy in Lean process. This is macro principle, create a cadence of value flow to customer. Today he said, what is the value of Lean principle? So principles are not solution, rather they are guidelines that you must follow as an organization to achieve whatever you want to achieve in your company or in an organization. It's a step for transformation. It's a guideline for transformation of a company's work process. So we shouldn't see this Lean process principle as a checklist that we must follow verbatim to what is on the check list of this Lean principle, but rather let's be able to apply it to our own company or apply it to our own organization, because no organization is the same thing. Every organization is different with different products, with different, whether you're a manufacturing organization or a customer service organization, something, there's always a difference in organization. So it's not saying we should follow verbatim or use it as a checklist. Rather, we should use it, think of them as a guideline. So in figure 5.1, the service company X operating system, like he was telling us, a house is like a house where you have all your operating system and your work process. Then if, on the roof, it has service delivery excellence, which is safety, quality, cost, delivery, and morals. Then you have flow of value to customer. So value flows without interruption to each customer on time, every time, just like the vision that Sam had for the NL Service Corporation. Then quality at each step. Quality service to internal and external customer, first time and every time. And there's people continuously improving, treated with respect. And the foundation is stable, repeatable service operation. That is highly capable people with well-defined process steadily to do high value added work. So we can use this Toyota service company's operating system, not using it as a checklist, but using it as a guide to what we want to experience in our own company. If we want to experience taking high value or bringing high value services to customer, we can go with these principles for our own company. If we want to keep improving people in our own organization, we can still use their principles or their models as our own. So this is where we'll stop for our book reading this morning. Thank you.